Good afternoon. It is Father Marshall Shelley coming to you from St. Peter's Episcopal Church with this Rector's vlog, this Rector's update. Just reaching out to you, letting you know what's going on in the life, the ministry, and mission of St. Peter's in Spotswood. We've had a busy week. We've had a very busy Lent. And as we turn the corner on Lent into the last 20 days soon of our Lenten fast, we are getting ready for Laetare Sunday, the Pink Sunday, the Rose Sunday of Lent. In much the same way that we mark in the fourth Sunday of Lent, Laetare Sunday, we also in the third Sunday of Advent mark Gaudete Sunday. Both have the same meaning to the word. It means rejoice. They're just different kinds of rejoicing going on. Laetare, in the case of Lent, is Laetare Jerusalem. Rejoice, O Jerusalem. That's the first incipit, the first words of the Latin Mass, the first antiphon that is sung. And as we experience it here in the Anglican tradition, it takes many different forms. For us at St. Peter's, it means we put on pink vestments. For others, it means Mothering Sunday. And for others, it means, and Mothering Sunday is not just Mother's Day in England, but also a chance for you to go back to your home church where you were baptized and to experience that. And that tradition lives in many Episcopal churches to this day. But I'm here first for the word of the week. You've been very patient. And you've already seen listed in the title. I just wanted to give Laetare Sunday first because it gains context from the word of the week, which is prodigal. Prodigal is the key word in the title of the parable that we have that Jesus is teaching as we move through these weeks. This coming week, the gospel story tells the parable of the prodigal son, or rather the return of the prodigal son. And we hear the story of a man who requests from his father his share of the inheritance he would expect when his father would die, receives that, takes that money, goes off to a foreign land, spends it in a rather profligate way, wastes it, if you will, on pleasure, on good times, when he is then broke after he's burnt through all his money and has to take a job basically tending pigs, and he's starving to death because he can't even afford food. He would gladly eat the pods that the pigs are being fed, the husks that the pigs are being fed, the slop that the pigs are being fed. He decides to go back to his father, where even his father's slaves are treated better, and perhaps he will allow me to become a servant in his house. And instead, when his father hears that he is approaching, the young man rehearsing, of course, how he doesn't feel worthy, the father receives him with a different kind of profligacy, this time of emotion, of welcome, of generosity. And then, of course, as they go in to celebrate, the elder brother comes in from the field, finds out about this, and all kinds of soap opera drama breaks out. But the word is prodigal. Prodigal is an interesting word because we put so many connotations onto it because of the context of this story. Prodigal basically means abundant, lavish. And we often put a negative intonation or negative connotation on that because of this story. You know, what happens with the prodigal is this lavish overspending, this lavish sense of indulgence. But as the author Henry Nouwen points out, prodigal is not just the story of that son who was wayward. It also is also about the abundant, the overwhelming love and generosity of the father who receives his son, who basically told him, "I wish you're dead. I wish you were dead. Give me my inheritance, and I want to go away from you." He writes his father and his family off, and that father instead responds with this incredible profligacy, this incredible prodigal grace that is full of lavish and abundant offering. So prodigal really is just a manner of extension, and it matters not only that it is lavish and abundant, but also how it's oriented. Jesus is trying to talk to us about that aspect of prodigal as being one where we have the negative aspects. We divide, we overspend, we overconsume. We do that today in this culture. And also, when we are pressed, we find within ourselves, when we are open to God's Spirit moving in us, this incredible prodigal nature of being willing to give to great abandon, and give out of a great sense of abundance. How can I hold anything back, says the Father, when my son who is dead has now been returned to us alive? Of course, that is a charged statement because we all carry this sense, this inner sense of evaluation, of goods, of care, even of affection. So as we pause in this Mothering Sunday, as we pause for Laetare Sunday, and we relax a little bit the strictures of a Lent in which we are supposed to be fasting and praying, rejoice for a moment or two with a bit of the prodigal in us, understanding that that abundant rejoicing is also something we are called to offer up in terms of service. May our service be prodigal. May our love for the other be prodigal. May we be willing to offer that lavish, that sense of overspending abundance when we prefer grace and welcome to each other. So consider that, and also consider participating in the life and ministry of St. Peter's in the coming week. There's a lot going on. We are concluding a week that has been full of service as well as reflections as the diocese moves into its Episcopal search process on what our new bishop will look like with listening sessions at the diocesan level. We've also been serving meals. Had the food pantry open. We've been teaching the Sunday school classes. There's just a ton going on. We look forward to sharing that with you. Join us and participate in the Compline Project. That is online now. All of the services we're offering in English, each of the 4 Psalms, 4 readings, and 4 collects of Compline, the night prayers of the church, are now up and running. Premiering tonight is the last one at 8 p.m. This is March 24th, as it marks on your clock. And then next week, I believe, we're offering them in French, and then the week following in Spanish. So there'll be a full panoply of all of those. And then when we get to Easter, we'll add all of those Alleluia words back in, but not yet. So anyway, the word for the week was prodigal, abundance, lavish, sometimes perceived as wasteful, but always about filling the measure and letting it overflow. May that prodigal grace be with us all this day and always. Take care. God bless. Like and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. And of course, we look forward to seeing you throughout the week for the Daily Office on YouTube and on Facebook. And on Sundays, we broadcast live at 8 a.m. And of course, it'll be available, both the sermon and the service, on YouTube later in the day. We'll talk to you soon. And thank you. And welcome home to St. Peter's. Bye-bye now.